Farm sanitation is a very important aspect of farming, which is unfortunately ignored by most farmers because they do not realize how important it is to the farm and the harm it causes if ignored. In this message, we will learn a few basic things about farm sanitation and what you can do to ensure better protection and growth of your crops. Farm sanitation covers all practices that result in a clean farm environment leading to the farm, around the farm, and within the farm. These practices have a direct link with the occurrence of diseases and presence of pests on your farm. The first thing you can do is to maintain a clear path from your community to your farm. You do not have to do this alone. Do this with other neighboring farmers who have their farms around yours and equally stand to benefit from this path. In most cases, these paths exist already but are poorly maintained and are invaded by weeds. A clear path makes it easy for first-time visitors, such as the CEA or AEA, to find their way to your farm without getting lost. These visitors may be coming to offer you advice or help out on your farm. A clear path also makes it safer and easier for you and your family to move to the farm. Cleared paths make it easier to spot dangerous animals such as snakes and scorpions and avoid getting bitten. You also avoid injuries from thorny bushes. In northern Ghana, there are various kinds of weeds. These weeds are spread from one area to another by different agents. We are one of those agents. By having physical contact with these weeds on the way to your farm, their seeds may get caught on your clothes and eventually get transferred to your own farm. With a well-cleared and well-maintained path, your chances of infecting your own farm with previously absent weed types are drastically reduced. Now that you have a clean path to your farm, the next step is to make sure that the immediate area around your farm is also kept well. Make sure that you leave enough space, about 15 feet, between you and your neighbor's farm. You can decide to plant little shrubs on these border zones. Having clear borders prevents confusion about the exact end of one person's field during harvest. This way, nobody harvests where they did not sow. Also, the shrubs or border trees you plant in these border zones can be economic plants such as shea that will someday provide you with additional food or income. In cases of bushfires that are mostly spread by wind, your crops will be better protected even if your neighbor's farm catches fire because these shrubs or border trees will prevent the fire from easily reaching your crops. If you cannot plant shrubs or trees, you can leave the border zone free of weeds and clean all the time. They will also be useful because neighboring farmers will use it to get to their farms and will not need to pass through your field to get to theirs. This reduces the physical damage to your crops, especially at the young stage when they could easily be stepped on and destroyed. Another aspect of farm sanitation is maintaining a clean environment within your farm. To have a clean environment within your farm, you must always plant in rows and carry out regular weeding. The message on weed management and proper planting teach more on how to plant in rows and weeding time intervals and their respective benefits. You must also remember to safely dispose of all chemical containers you use on your farm by breaking the bottles and burying them away from areas that can easily be dug up. Lastly, other farmers might come to borrow your tools, such as hoes and cutlasses, to work on their farms. After the tools are returned, make sure you wash and clean them carefully to avoid transferring pathogens or disease-causing organisms and other contaminants onto your farm. Also, if you decide to borrow tools from your neighbors, please clean them very, very well before you use them on your farm. Whenever you detect diseases or pest infected crops on your field, make sure you inform and consult your CEA or AEA on the best control measure to avoid the spread of the disease or pest to other crops. Remember to always keep your farm clean. This will help in making your farm operations easy and go a long way to reduce diseases and pests on your farm, which can lead to increases in your yield. Thank you.